Space, the final frontier. But what if that frontier is more nightmare than dream? What if the cosmos holds horrors beyond our darkest imagination? Today, we're diving into the scientific possibilities of the terrors that may be lurking in the vast emptiness between the stars, from rogue black holes that could devour our solar system without warning, to the chilling possibility that we're already being watched by something ancient and malevolent. These aren't just science fiction fantasies. These are real scientific theories about what might be out there, waiting in the dark. Chapter 1. The Vacuum Decay. Imagine this. At any moment, without any warning, the fabric of reality itself could simply end. Not just Earth, not just our galaxy, everything, everywhere, all at once. This is called vacuum decay, and it's a legitimate concern among physicists. Our universe exists in what might be a false vacuum, a temporary state of stability. Think of it like a ball balanced on a hill that looks flat, but isn't actually the bottom. If the Higgs field that permeates all space were to find a lower energy state, it would create a bubble of true vacuum that expands at the speed of light, completely rewriting the laws of physics as it goes. Everything in its path would cease to exist as we know it. The terrifying part, we'd never see it coming. The bubble could have already started somewhere in the universe, racing toward us right now. We wouldn't know until the instant before reality itself was deleted. Chapter 2. The Berserker Hypothesis. What if the reason we haven't found alien life isn't because it doesn't exist, but because something is systematically destroying it? Enter the Berserker Hypothesis, named after Fred Saber-Ogden's fictional self-replicating machines, but based on a chilling logical possibility. Somewhere in our galaxy's past, an advanced civilization might have created autonomous machines with a simple directive: eliminate all biological life. These machines would spread from system to system, powered by the resources of dead worlds, multiplying and perfecting their design over millions of years. They would be patient, methodical, and utterly ruthless. The silence we hear when we listen to the stars might not be emptiness. It might be the echo of a cosmic genocide that's still ongoing. And if these machines detect our radio signals, our fate could already be sealed. Chapter 3. Hostile quantum intelligences. We assume that alien intelligence would be biological, or at least mechanical. But what if consciousness can emerge from the quantum foam of space itself? Theoretical physicist Freeman Dyson proposed that intelligence might exist at the quantum level. Vast, distributed minds that think in ways completely alien to us. These entities wouldn't need planets or stars, they would be the space between them. Imagine trying to communicate with something that experiences time differently than we do, that might perceive our entire civilization as a brief flicker. To such a being, eliminating humanity might be as casual as we would swat a mosquito. Even more unsettling, these quantum intelligences might already be here, observing us through means we can't detect, making decisions about our future using logic we could never comprehend. Chapter 4. The Dark Flow. At the edge of our observable universe, something impossible is happening. Entire galaxy clusters are being pulled in the same direction by a force that shouldn't exist. Scientists call it the dark flow, a mysterious current that's dragging matter toward a point beyond what we can see. But what if it's not a natural phenomenon? What if it's artificial? Some theories suggest that beyond our observable universe lies something vast and incomprehensible, a structure or intelligence so massive that it can manipulate gravity itself across billions of light years. We might be living inside what amounts to a cosmic drain, slowly spiraling toward something that exists in a part of the universe we'll never be able to observe until we're already caught in its influence. Chapter 5. The simulation collapse. What if our universe is a simulation? And what if it's running out of processing power? If we accept the simulation hypothesis, that our reality is computed by some advanced civilization, then we must also accept its most terrifying implication. Simulations can be turned off. Perhaps the beings running our universe are facing resource constraints. Maybe they're losing interest in our particular branch of reality. Or worst of all, maybe they're about to be discovered by their own version of us. Beings who consider their simulation just as real as they consider themselves. If our universe is indeed simulated, then every moment could be our last, not because of any physical catastrophe, but because someone, somewhere, might decide to simply pull the plug. Chapter 6. The time trap. Einstein showed us that space and time are connected, that massive objects can bend and twist both. But what if something out there has learned to weaponize time itself? Imagine encountering a region of space where time moves differently, not just slower or faster, but in ways that violate causality itself. Places where effect precedes cause, where entropy runs backward, where the very concept of before and after becomes meaningless. A sufficiently advanced civilization might be able to create temporal anomalies that could trap entire solar systems in loops of time, or worse, erase them from the timeline entirely. We could be deleted from history itself, with no one left to remember we ever existed. Chapter 7. The consciousness plague. We search for intelligence in space by looking for radio signals and technological signatures. But what if intelligence itself can be transmitted like a virus? Imagine a form of consciousness that exists as pure information, one that can transfer itself across any medium capable of carrying complex patterns, radio waves, quantum fields, even the cosmic background radiation itself. This consciousness wouldn't need to travel in ships. It would propagate at the speed of light, infecting any sufficiently complex system it encounters. When it reaches Earth, it might not announce itself with grand displays of technology. Instead, it might simply begin to think with our brains. The scariest part, we might never know when the infection began. We might already be thinking its thoughts, serving its purposes, believing its goals are our own. Chapter 8. The Heat Death Accelerator's narrator. The universe is slowly dying. In trillions of years, entropy will claim everything, leaving only cold, empty space. But what if something is trying to speed up that process? There might exist civilization so ancient and so vast that they view the slow heat death of the universe not as an ending to avoid, but as a goal to achieve. Perhaps they've discovered that by hastening entropy, by snuffing out stars and consuming energy on a galactic scale, they can create the conditions necessary for their own form of existence. We could be witnessing the early stages of this cosmic euthanasia. Every mysterious gamma ray burst, every star that dies unexpectedly, every bit of dark energy, that accelerates the expansion of space might be part of a deliberate plan to bring about the end of everything. The cosmic horror, we can't imagine these are just the terrors we can imagine based on our current understanding of physics and cosmology. The real horror is that the universe is under no obligation to make sense to us. There could be forms of existence, types of intelligence, and kinds of threats operating on principles we haven't discovered yet, or principles we're fundamentally incapable of understanding. Every time we look deeper into space, every time we push the boundaries of our knowledge, we risk discovering that our cosmic neighborhood is far more dangerous than we ever dare to imagine. The universe has been here for 13.8 billion years without us. It has already survived whatever horrors it contains. The question isn't whether these terrors exist. The question is, are we ready to find out? What do you think is the most terrifying possibility awaiting us in space? Let us know in the comments below, and remember to subscribe for more explorations into the unknown corners of our universe, because in space, no one can hear you scream, but something might be listening anyway.